If you're a content creator, photographer, or just someone with a growing mounting of files, you've probably hit that frustrating point where your laptop or cloud storage throws up the dreaded "you're out of space" alert. That's exactly why better solutions like this come in. This is the UGREEN NAS DXP4800 Plus. This thing isn't just a storage box, it's more like a personal cloud powerhouse. It runs on a 12th Gen 5-core Intel processor, delivering fast performance with download speeds of up to 1,250 megabytes a second. Certainly perfect for moving huger files without the usual weight. Unlike cloud services, your data remains local and secure, simply backed by international security certifications and a built-in security manager to protect your privacy. So this all sounds good and well, but is this something for everyone, and is it worth the asking price? With many similar products on the market and others at variable price points, it's safe to say, is this something more than just a gimmick? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. So unboxing this guy, and as you can imagine with a product of this price point, it's actually a really satisfying experience. Inside the box you'll get the main unit, of course, neatly packed and well protected. You also get a power adapter with regional plug options, plus a decent quality Ethernet cable. There's also a quick start guide, and the drive trays come already installed and toolless, which is a huge bonus. So before we dive into setup, let's take a second to talk about the build quality and overall design, because this thing feels just as solid as it looks. The case measures 26 by 18 by 18 centimeters and is mostly made from a sturdy matte grey aluminium, with plastic panels on the front and back. It has a clean, professional look that fits in nicely whether it's on a studio desk or tucked away in a home office. Now on the front of the device you've got a few very welcomed features: an illuminated power button, network and drive activity LEDs, a fast USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 port, a standard USB-A and an SD card reader. UGREEN clearly put some thought into the airflow and maintenance. There's a magnetic removable dust filter over the fan, a simple but smart addition. It keeps the internals clean without you needing to crank it open regularly, and if the fan ever needs replacing, it's connected with a standard 4-pin connector, so you're not locked into anything proprietary. Just below that fan on the back you'll find your main connector ports. Everything's laid out clearly and easy to reach. There's a HDMI port that supports 4K at up to 60Hz, which is certainly a handy addition if you want to connect the NAS system directly to a display for media playback or system monitoring. You've also got another USB 3.2 Gen 1 port plus 2 USB 2.0 ports, and these are certainly ideal for connecting peripherals like backup drives or even a keyboard if needed. But here's where things get really interesting: the network connectivity. On top of the now pretty standard 2.5 GB per second LAN port, this unit also includes a 10 GB option. That's certainly a huge step up for anyone dealing with large files or working in a multi-user environment. Now, if you're someone who likes to future-proof your gear or just tweak things under the hood, you'll appreciate what's going on underneath. On the bottom of the NAS, there's a small flap that gives you access to 2 M.2 NVMe SSD slots and 2 DDR5 RAM slots. One of those RAM slots already comes populated with 8 GB, but you can upgrade it all the way up to 64 if you really want to push the performance for things like virtualization, Docker apps, or heavier multitasking. It's nice to know that this thing isn't locked down, you've got room to grow with your needs. Now, how much storage you actually get depends on how many drives you decide to install, but this NAS system supports up to a whopping 136 terabytes of storage. That is massive. To put it into perspective, that's possibly enough space for around 47 million pictures and even 92,000 movies if you're working with about 1.5 GB files on average. Alright, so I'm going to install 4 4TB hard drives into this thing. Luckily, the drive trays are toolless, so it's simple. Just pull out the tray, slide in the drive, and push it back in. No screws, no hassle. That really is it. Now that the hard drives are installed, let's get into the NAS setup. It has been designed to be very beginner friendly, so you can have it up and running quickly without needing any tech expertise. First, ensure you connect the NAS to your router using the included Ethernet cable. Then, once you power it on for the first time, a setup wizard either on your phone or computer walks you through the essentials like creating your RAID array, configuring the network, and setting up user accounts. If you have used other NAS systems before, you'll feel right at home, but even for beginners, honestly, it is very simple. The interface is clean, very easy to navigate. You can access everything through the web interface. Just pop open a browser on any device connected to your local network and you're in. But what I really like also is that the UGREEN NAS app for both Android and iOS basically does the same thing. You can manage users, transfer files, check system health, pretty much the full experience right from your phone. If you're not home, that really isn't a problem. UGREEN includes remote access via UGREEN Link, so you can securely access your NAS from anywhere. It just allows you to stay connected no matter where you are. It does support multi-user sharing and multi-device login, which means you and your team or family can all access the system at the same time, pretty much anywhere. There's full support for web, iOS, Android, and even TV apps, so whether you're on your phone, laptop, or just want to stream something directly to your living room screen, you are covered. Everything's right on the NAS, always accessible and always synced across your daily gear. UGREEN has definitely packed in some thoughtful features geared towards creators. One of the most interesting is the AI photo album. It automatically sorts your photos by recognizing faces, objects, and scenes, and it even supports semantic search, so you can type in something like beach photos, and it'll pull relevant results. That said, in testing, the scene recognition isn't quite on level of something like Apple Photos or Google Photos, but with updates on the horizon, the AI models definitely have room for improvement. So, how does it actually feel to use the DXP4800 Plus day to day? Honestly, in regular file management and just navigating around the interface, the experience has been solid. Backing up an entire day's shoot or moving large video projects no longer feels like a chore. Now sure, synthetic benchmarks will vary depending on RAID setup and workload type, but in real world use, it is pretty good. Sequential read and writes maxed out my connection, and even random 4KB read and writes at higher queue depths held up surprisingly well. This thing absolutely flies when you're moving big files. 1TB of data can be moved in about 20 minutes. That's pretty impressive. To put things in perspective, sending a 1GB file to Google Drive can take anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes, depending on your internet connection and Google's server traffic at the time. And that's assuming your upload speeds are decent, which they often aren't if you're on a standard home broadband plan. Now compare that to this NAS system over a 2.5GB connection. That same 1GB file transfers in just a few seconds. If you're using the 10GB port, it's even faster, basically instant. There's no waiting for uploads. The speed is local, reliable, and it actually keeps up with the pace of real creative work. So I guess the question remains, is the UGREEN DXP4800 Plus worth it? Well, honestly, if you're a content creator, photographer, or just someone juggling massive files and tired of limited amounts of cloud storage, yes, absolutely. You're getting blazing fast performance, up to 136TB of local storage, and a lot of convenience you'd expect from the cloud. All without the monthly fees, data caps, or privacy trade-offs. You've also got peace of mind knowing your files are stored securely and privately, backed by international certification and protected with a dedicated security manager. It's by no means the cheapest option out there, but for what it offers and what it's built for, it delivers real value. If your current storage setup is holding you back, this might just be the upgrade that finally sets your workflow free. As always, be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think. Till next time.